TeamoTalk welcomes Mr. Harish Naganna, the International Neuro-Linguistic Program Trainer and a Success Coach. We thank him for his association with Teamo Sports. We are confident that this conversation will open up new dimensions for many sportsmen who want to make it big at state, national, and international level. So let's explore the tools and tricks for a better performance.
Success and transformation begins with three key principles: a profound mindset, a strong desire, and success and transformation process. People really want to transform their life, but they do not have the key to do it. As Albert Einstein says, you can't expect a different results by doing the same things over and over again. Now the question arises, how do you get the profound mindset, strong desire, success and transformation process? That is why I'm here to help you. I am Harish Naganna, international NLP trainer and a success coach.
So, let's try to understand from the expert. What is NLP?
In any sporting event or a competitions, there are two separate individual battles to be won: the physical battle and the mental battle. Most of the parents, the coaches and the athletes focus on the physical fitness, agility and the discipline and the techniques. They give their 100% dedications and focus really on preparing for the physical fitness. But how many of the coaches or the sports athletes really focus on the second part, which is the mental strategies or the mental agility? We have seen a lot of sports, high athletes, performers, the athletes who really focus on the mental agilities and they leave the success clues. NLP hence is a study of human excellence, brilliance, and they study how the individual athletes or the peak performance coaches and mentors perform, and they pick up those techniques, and these techniques are easily taught, and this is called in NLP language modeling. You think about how fears, self-doubt, self-beliefs are created. These are actually the byproduct of thinking. So it is said that change the thinking, change your life. Let me give you an example. So, for example, in a cricket match, in a full house stadium with a lot of noise, a lot of curiosity is happening, and in the last over, the bowler is hit by the batsman for 2 consecutive sixes. The bowler is really unprepared for the third one. So here he talks, or we have to talk about mental toughness. Think about a badminton match. You have already lost the previous match with the same opponent and you're in the semi-final. What is going on in your mind? How do you prepare yourself when you see the opponent with whom you have already lost and you're in the semi-final and you've already created 2 errors? And this is where mental preparation will come in full first thing. And hence we talk about the mental preparation and the physical preparation in the second line. NLP is a study of human brilliance. It's a study of curiosity. It's a study of how these personalities are successful. And these methods and the strategies can be taught by using the NLP tools and the techniques.
As we are unfolding NLP, let's understand why do we need mind coach.
Mental or a sports coach will help you to learn how do you perform at the peak. They will really help you to create more ideas. They will help you to create more vision. A mental coach or a sports coach will help you to decode the short-term, medium-term and the long-term goal. And they will also help you in terms of results versus reasons. What I mean to say is results versus reasons is whenever there is a result which is about a failure, people talk about the reasons behind it. A mental coach will help about how not to think about the reasons, how to think only and focus about the results. There are a lot of sports athletes who believe in superstitions. A mental coach will drive away this particular thought about superstitions. He will remove the self-doubt. They will also help in removing all the negative emotions, be it anger, be it fear, be it guilt. Guilt, fear, anger is a major negative emotions. If it is not removed, imagine how does a player and an athlete, though in spite of having a peak physical fitness, carries all the anger, carries all the fear, carries all the guilt. Do you think he will perform at the best? I don't think so. And hence, you need a sports mental coach to drive away this point so that apart from being physically fit, he is mentally really prepared. It is said that subconscious mind talks about 90 to 95% of all the habits which are formed. And what are we doing? We're not even touching upon this. So a mental coach will help you to perform at the best, touching about that 85 to 90% of subconscious mind. And hence, the results will improve to a different level.
As we got to know about importance of mind coach, we will try to explore more of the value addition in performance by them.
NLP provides a series of tools and techniques to enhance the performance. As a result, any individuals or a sports athlete can change or challenge the self-belief, behavior, habits. As a result, it enhances the performance of any sporting athlete. NLP actually helps the mind to think on success, and hence what happens is it actually activates the inner state of human mind. And in any sporting event, the inner state of the mind is very, very crucial. The inner state of mind, what I mean by is the emotional state, the happy state. So when you're in the sporting event, this inner state of mind actually helps. So let me talk about what are the tools and the techniques that NLP helps to enhance the peak performance of an athlete. Okay, for example, we give you the tools and techniques to manage your physiology and thinking so that you become a future-oriented athlete. What I also do is, we give you tools and techniques how to find the motivation strategy so that the athlete moves from the procrastination stage to a motivation stage. How do you remove your negative emotions? Anger, fear, guilt, sadness. We also give you tools and techniques for muscle relaxations. We also talk about how to meditate. And what happens when a person faces a failure? So we will teach you how to think failure as a feedback. And that is why you will learn that in every failure or a loss, can you find a success formula? Imagine if you are very, very anxious about an event. How do you remove the anxious moment so that you are focused? And think about all the things that has been provided by parents, by the staff, by the coach, by the ground. Are we grateful for all these things which we have? So we will teach you how to be grateful. And we will also teach you how to keep a score of each and every activity that you do in your life. We will also teach you how to think about 5 activities that you need to do on a daily basis to increase the performance. Last, not but the least, a sports athlete has to take an action. If you have to move from point A to point B, if you have to move from this to 10x level, you need to take an action of 10x level. Then only all these tools and techniques will be very, very beneficial.
In the end, we request Mr. Harish Naganna to share his views on sports culture.
Let me talk about the sports culture. What culture do we have as far as India is concerned? As far as I think, we have 2 cultures. One is the education culture and the other is a spiritual culture. Every parent wants his son or daughter to study good, to study better so that he or she gets a better job. Now, we also, on the other hand, talk about why Indians are not producing Olympic athletes. Why we are not getting a lot of medals. We keep on blaming the government for not providing the infrastructure. My point of view is that if we can have a sports culture, and this also is emanating from the Teamo Sports thought process of having a progressive culture on sports. Imagine if we can produce a sports culture so that right from the age of 2 or 3, we send our kids to the ground to play any sporting event. I'm not saying only playing cricket, to any sporting event, and we promote sports as a culture. Then what we are doing is we are pushing the authorities to build sports complexes, jogging tracks. So it's like the bottom up approach where we are creating a demand for all these infrastructure. So as and when you have a lot of cycling athletes who are doing cycling, so we are pushed to create a cycling track. Similarly, now I see there's a lot of people are actually very much interested in running marathons. So if we can create a marathon culture, then you will have jogging tracks. And hence what we are doing is we are creating a demand so that the supply automatically comes. And I'm really happy Teamo Sports team is actually thinking on a progressive way of promoting culture. So if we can promote this culture, imagine if we don't do this. Now what is happening is India is stated as the diabetic capital of the world. What are we doing? Are we not going to see the kids as obese? The entire generation could be an obese. So imagine, just by a thought of promoting sports as a culture, we are helping the nation, we are helping the economy to become, the small kids and the new generation to become fit and healthy. And hence this thought about a sports culture, I think in my view is very, 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 very important. Similar importance to what we give to education and spirituality. And I'm very, very happy to be associated with Teamo Sports team for promoting this. And any chance that we get to promote culture, I would always be there forefront to promote the sports culture. I believe in taking the education from the right source. Even our scriptures are saying this. And hence, to learn neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, I learned it from the co-developer, Dr. Richard Bandler. I went to UK to learn the practitioner neuro-linguistic programming and the master's neuro-linguistic programming. I'm also a success principle trainer from Mr. Jack Canfield, who's America's #1 success coach. I'm also a mind power trainer, and I've been doing this, taking the practical experience and learning to sports people and the business owners. And I'm very happy to train and coach any sports persons. For further details, you can check below.